Hey, Mark Pescetti here. So, what if it's possible with just wearing a simple pair of headphones to almost literally erase your old conditioning, your old stories, everything that prevents and resists, push away everything that you want? What if it's possible by wearing a simple pair of headphones to erase those things and replace them with positive stories that that draw to you, that attract everything you want easily, effortlessly, and even quickly into your life? Now, I really need you to forget everything that you've ever learned in school and everything that you've been taught by gurus about manifestation. The first thing that you need to know, that all of us need to know, the only thing we do 100% of the time without fail is manifest. We're always creating our experiences. And our experiences come from the stories we tell. Now, it doesn't matter where you're born on this planet, what color your skin is, what religion you practice or don't practice, what language you speak. We all speak in the language of story. We're all telling a story. That's who we are to other people, and that's what we manifest, allow ourselves to create. So it's never a matter, ever a matter of learning how to manifest. You are a master manifester. The question is, what's preventing, what resists what you want from easily becoming your true actual life experience? Now, what do we want? We want money, freedom. We don't want to clock in to a 9 to 5 job that leaves us passionless and just about life. We are here to create and to experience, and not necessarily even judge those experiences as good or bad or right or wrong, because we're always creating an experience. It's up to us to make the experiences we choose to make them right. Yes. So it comes down to what story we're telling. We're always manifesting the story we're telling. We're always becoming where our attention is right now, not what we're intending for, not what we're affirming, not what we're declaring to the universe. We're always becoming where our attention is right now. Intentions are fleeting. I could say, oh man, I need to make an extra $5,000 this month. Oh, I can feel it. The universe is hearing me. It's going to allow me to attract an extra $5,000 this month. Yes, it's real. I can feel it. How am I going to pay those bills? Shit, I need to get another job. Oops, attention took over. What drives our attention? 97% of our attention is driven by the subconscious, the conditioning that we acquire, as Bruce Lipton says, by the time we're 7 years old. We don't even know where those stories, those beliefs, that conditioning came from, where it originated. Everything that we feel about love, our beliefs about money, what's enough, what's too much, how we can make it, how hard it is to make it, how easy it is to make it. All of those things developed when we were just kids, and we had zero boundaries to protect ourselves from this conditioning, because we were just developing, just figuring out the world. So, what's another thing we want? Love, romance, companionship. And yet so often, what do? We sell ourselves. We facade ourselves. We're selling the story of who we are instead of hearing where he or she is coming from and what they want, where they need us to connect with them in order for them to want us in their lives. And we can't achieve those things easily if we're selling our story. which we always are. Because once you create something, you want to protect it, even if it's what you don't want, even if it's not who you really are or who you want to be. There's that protective mechanism. So it's not a matter, again, of learning how to manifest, but erasing that conditioning and replacing it with supportive conditioning that's true to who you are right now as a master manifester, creating your own reality. Now, headphones, what is that about, right? Well, when I was really, really young, I got introduced to Theta specifically, but binaural beats, binaural tones. And binaural tones are simple, you know, they mimic the brain waves, delta, theta, beta, alpha, gamma. Those are our brain waves. Now, our conditioning is mostly stored in theta and somewhat delta. So when we use binaural tones to talk to our brain, specifically the theta, it's like opening up our conditioning for reprogramming, reconditioning. So what I did was always speak what I wanted over the tones. And then as technology advanced, even with my little cassette tapes, I would put my own guided meditation, my own guided hypnosis on top of the theta tones. Now, let me back up a second. Theta tones, it plays a slightly different frequency in the right and left ear. And that forces the corpus callosum, the thick band of brain fibers, of neurons that connect the left and right side of the brain. It creates hemispheric synchronicity. It makes your brain, allows your brain, and this is scientifically proven immensely, it allows your brain to function in ways that it normally does not. Now, again, we're opening up the theta where your conditioning is. And over the theta tones, I have written specific scripts to talk to your brain. We're talking to your conditioning. And we're, excuse me, we're letting it know who you really are, what's really possible for you, because everything is possible. Everything is possible. But if you don't believe it, you won't see it, you won't allow it, and you'll resist it, right? Even if you really, really want it. So we have to allow it into your experience. We have to allow it into your life. How do we do that? We don't do that by, I need to learn how to manifest the woman of my dreams. I need to learn how to manifest more money. I need to learn how to escape the rat race, the 9-to-5 job, and be an entrepreneur. You know, I've been an entrepreneur. I'm 40 years old. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, and I don't even have a high school diploma. I didn't go to school. So, you know, what's possible? What's really possible? I had the benefit of growing up, you know, kind of feral. There wasn't very many people around to tell me what I couldn't do. So my conditioning was very different. I started being an entrepreneur as a kid, selling fruit at the entrance of the Eagle Valley Lodge to help feed the family when we were homeless and poor and you know, out of luck. And those experiences taught me everything is possible. It simply is a matter of the story I'm telling. So I'm constantly working on the narration, like Morgan Freeman style, like hearing that narration of the story of who I am, of the present right now, and what is becoming. Again, you're always becoming where your attention is right now. So I'm always working on my conscious attention, the words that come out of my mouth. I know that if I'm complaining about something, I'm pushing away what I actually want. You can only do one thing at a time. You can't complain and create what you want. You can't judge your current experience and say that it's bad and create what you want, because this judgment is pushing away that experience, that belief. This conditioning is pushing away who you really are and what you really want. Now, you can't take who you are right now with you. If you want fill in the blank, if you want romance, companionship, you can't take who you are right now with you. In 1 month, the person you become won't recognize the person that started 30 days ago. That's change. And as you change, your reality changes, right? So I developed a bunch of different theta binaural tones. I'm reading off of the membership area. There's the old and new story, you know, contrast, oscillation. Here's the old story, here's the new story. confront it, dissolve it, keep your attention on what you want, right? Simple. Replacing hurt and replacing hurt with openness and vulnerability. You know, so often we push away what we really want, uh, romance and money and freedom, because we're still projecting old experiences onto the new ones, and therefore they can't become those new experiences. We have to let go of those facades, those stories that hurt us, and I'll allow for those new experiences to occur. Otherwise, they can't occur. There's no space for them. Why I'm worth it. You know, it's so easy to dress yourself up and, you know, look snazzy, whatever it is. You know, if I want to, you know, meet a woman, I'm not going to dress up. I'm going to be authentically who I am. And I'm going to focus on whatever connection drew me to her. I'm not going to try to act a part. I'm not going to play a role. I'm not going to facade. I'm not going to game. I'm not going to be a player. My genuine intention is to be happy and to connect and to take those connections and grow and you know, in this case, have companionship. So I'm worth it. And I didn't always believe that. And it's a story that I've had to tell and you know, erase the old one, keep telling the new one until my brain believed it. Repetition. That's why I'm always wearing my headphones, because I'm always listening to theta tones. I'm always listening to the guided hypnosis and meditation. The new definition of being man, you know, being a man, I'm the caretaker. I'm gonna, you know, the supportive pillar, the anchor, the emotional anchor. We're emotional beings just like everybody else. And we need to feel safe and have the space to explore that vulnerability of being a real man. Responsibility. Really think about that word. We think of it as, you know, meeting our obligations, but really think about that word, responsibility, your ability to respond with your authenticity. That's what every present moment comes down to, if I could break it down, with appreciation for what you've created, because as a master manifester, you've created everything you are and have. You should appreciate the heck out of that, because the more you appreciate it, the more you soften resistance to what you really want. Getting bumps of pleasure from the inside. So often we look to other people for that dopamine response, that serotonin response, and that's trying to get something from somebody else, and that is not attractive. Nobody wants to feel like, ooh, this person's trying to get something from me, because you kind of come across as an emotional vampire, as a predator, and that's not who you are. That's not who we are. You know, it's really important to get your happiness from the inside, so that when you approach situations, you're approaching it as a whole person, not as a fragmented person looking for somebody else to complete you. The leader of my attention, you know, this is something that we should have been taught in school, how to be the leader of our attention. Because without being the leader of our attention, you know, we're constantly praying, hoping, wishing for things to be better, instead of realizing, wow, I'm creating it, and I'm creating it with my attention, not with, you know, words that, not with a God or a universe that is going to bring everything I want to me. I'm creating it with my attention, always. And my reality is completely subjective to everybody else's. I don't need to compare it. I free myself from that addiction, which brings me to one of my two bonuses, something that I do a lot, which is called Ho'oponopono. It's the art of self-forgiveness. We have to constantly forgive ourselves for who we are and what we've done. We've all done things that we aren't proud of, that isn't authentically who we are. But every moment, every second in the present is our redemption. And we have that opportunity, but we have to constantly forgive ourselves. So listening to the Ho'oponopono forgiveness track will be extremely valuable in your life on a daily basis, as a tool, supplemental tool to keep forgiving yourself as things come up that you judge yourself, criticize yourself for. And then lastly, sleep for unshakable confidence. This is a Delta track, and sleep is hugely important to really allowing our authentic essence to come out. When we're tired, we're generally not our true selves, and we're generally fighting for confidence. When we sleep, our bodies rejuvenate, repair, and anti-age themselves. You know, sleep is one of the most important times for Also, all of the back processing of letting go and of the old story and letting the new story be the story we're telling constantly without effort, right? It takes effort, repetition in the beginning, I won't lie, until you train your brain to realize, wow, it's my attention that's creating, not what I've learned, not what people teach me. It's what I allow in. I'm simply getting rid of the resistance, the force field that has been invisibly blocking everything that I want from coming in. So I've also included a bunch of videos, and I'm always supplementing with webinars and things like that. So the Authentic Men's Club is what it's called. It's available to you, and it's available to you right now if you want to change your life. Again, when you change from the inside out, reality reflects it. You're not trying to change reality. As you change, reality changes. Your finances, your freedom, your work, your romance. It all changes simultaneously as you change. It's not a matter of manifesting or creating. It's a matter of erasing and replacing. Old story, new story. If that's something that sounds awesome to you, this is fully guaranteed. So, you can download it today, use it immediately. You could decide in an hour, nah, this isn't for me, and get your money back. Or you can use it for 60 days and allow yourself to get the results that you want, need, and deserve. Because again, there's a level of repetition that is you've been repeating these old stories and beliefs your whole life. If you're expecting them to go away in a day, this probably is not for you. Because yes, it does require repetition. But again, it's 100% guaranteed if in 60 days you do not see a dramatically new you and a dramatically new experience of reality, I don't want your money. I'll give it back. So go ahead and click the button, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks, everybody.